This is very exciting for me. A big round of applause for Jensen and Misha. And I want to say a quick thank you, good night to Mr. Stephen Norton, who has to go catch an airplane. There he is. We'll see you at the next one.
Nobody's gonna know when we're funny now.
This is
there's not gonna be a put up.
this worked great.
Rich, I'm gonna need you on this one.
Okay, you got it, sir. You got it. But it crashed with quality.
Thank you, boys. Bye. How we doing, Burbank? Misha Collins, ladies and gentlemen. We normally don't go this long without seeing each other. It's been months. Yeah. This is going and we're off. I missed you so much. Oh, we haven't been hanging out? Yeah, so I see this as an opportunity for us to catch up with one another, find out how you're doing, what's going on in your life. Oh boy. Some photos of your children. Okay. No, let's not. Let's not do that. Okay, fine. Hey, have a seat, big guy. I know you like to stand, and you can stand if you want, but Jared and I like to sit here, kind of. I just had a flashback of when I was directing, and every time I would sit down in my director's chair looking at the monitors on Supernatural, Jared would have taken the fabric off of my chair, and I'd go like this, and fall away. And when you said, have a seat on that high chair, I was like, I'm not falling for that, fucker. PTSD. Yeah, it actually is. I'm afraid of high stools now. Thanks a lot. There's a joke there, but I don't have Norton behind me, so I'm just not just out here without a life raft, without the drum kit. Shit. The sounds of silence. Love you too. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking with us through a long weekend. It's good to start off 2024 with a bang. You guys have been awesome. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces. Who here has not been to a Supernatural con before? So super tardy to the party. Latecomers.
I had no money.
That's remarkable. You realize this show has been off the air for years, right? Well, here we are. Well, let's get to it. We're running a little late today, so we're just going to fire through some questions. You want to start on your side? You want to start on my side? Sure, I'll start over here. Okay. And since she's looking at me, I'll ask her if she wants to ask us a question. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever it's your world. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Good, great. Thanks for asking.
My question is, are there any stories? Oh, I'm sorry. My question is, are there any scenes that were fun for you to film, particularly because of the outtakes, or behind the scenes like jokes and stuff like that?
Where to start? Probably easier question to ask, which scenes weren't fun to film because of the shenanigans, to use a nice St. Patty's Day. Never mind. Is there one that sticks out in your head, like one that was just overly hard to get through due to the hilarity that was? Look, there are so many that pop into my head immediately. There was that one day when I made the mistake of saying if they had told me in drama school that I was gonna have to deal with this. And you and Jared were such incorrigible pains in the asses. You were such horrible human beings to me the entire day that we were shooting on location and people drove over from the production offices. They're like, hey guys, we should all just wrap this up in here and drive over to set and watch them torture Misha. So they brought the Sprinter van over with all of the office workers for Supernatural, who are paid, by the way, on Warner Brothers' dime. They're paying them to come over and watch you make me suffer. And it's good entertainment.
It was so bad that the next day, you remember what happened? Yeah. You apologized.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I think it was the only time I apologized. It was. That was a day that will go down in infamy because it was the day we broke Misha. we broke him in a way, and it wasn't just Jared. If you remember, like
Camera crew was
even the camera crew was
everyone
was getting in on the action and messing with him in a way that just took him to the edge. And the best was Misha, at one point he was so angry, he couldn't get through this scene, he wouldn't stop messing with him. There was like a paper airplane sitting on the desk.
I remember that.
No, hold on. They had been like throwing things at me when it was my tape, and now it was finally their tape. And so I was like, it's payback time, bitches.
And he went over and grabbed a paper airplane and heaved it so hard at us. And we were maybe this far away. And it went. Which then resulted in Jared and I going like.
And I was like, I'm gonna get them so bad. Yeah, that was a good day. That was a good day. There was another day that also stands out in my mind. If you don't mind us, another digression. That's okay. I remember the name. It was so traumatizing that I even remember the name of the episode. I don't remember whole seasons, but I remember the name of this episode. It was My Bloody Valentine, and we were in the morgue, and there were all of these hearts on a gurney, and you and Jared were on one side of the gurney, and I had to approach saying my line of dialogue. I don't remember what the words were, but it was something like, bah, 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 bah.
That sounds right.
And I would get up to the gurney and there were these hearts on the table, and the first take we did, there was a broom handle under the table in my crotch that Jared was manipulating.
That wasn't a broom handle.
And the director, that's a truly horrifying thought, by the way. My brain was wondering, could that be true? He is very tall. So,
More 9-inch jokes.
the director's in the other room, and the camera is on me. And so the director has no idea what's going on. The director just sees me giggling and squirming. And he's like, Misha, can you pull it together? It's Friday, it's late, everybody wants to go home. I'm like, sorry, so we do another take, and now the first thing he is taking the broom handle away from Jared, and but he has long legs, and on the next take, he does this. Which, by the way, you remember that? He did that all the time on set. It was his thing. And
Not to me.
anyway, long story short,
You'd be 4'8" if you tried that crap with me.
Jared kept making me laugh, and I kept on coming up and going, "Rah, rah, rah," delivering the line to Jared, and you were like the stand-up guy. You remember this? You like got my back, and he was like, Misha, just don't say the line to him, because again and again, Jared was making me laugh. And I'm like, thank you. I'm not going to this time. I'll say it to Jensen. And I came up and Jensen went,
Yeah, you broke, and I was like, it's too easy, Misha. It's just too easy. Yeah, there were a lot of days and nights where Misha was painted with a massive target, and still to this day, actually, he's got one tattooed on his back. But I would say, all in all, there are many scenes and moments and hours of us somehow managing to get the work done while being complete jerks and misfits. It's a wonder we ever got anything done, but we did, and it was. I will say this: there were a lot of guest stars that would come on our show, and some even verbalized it. I think this one young lady said, she's like, "Who are you people?" It was the most just playground, childish behavior that she'd ever experienced. It was very hard for serious actors to get any real work done on our show because we just had too much fun doing what we were doing. And I think that honestly is one of the ingredients in the recipe that kept us on for so long, was that we truly did have a lot of fun. Sometimes to our producers' detriment, they were not happy, and sometimes the directors would get a little upset, but man, the crew loved it.
Right, because they got a lot of overtime.
That's right.
They were like, cha-ching.
Keep messing with them, guys. Yeah, and you know, sometimes the crew did join in the hilarity. I remember one scene. I went into, like, it was some locker room or something, and I've got a flashlight and I've got a gun, and I'm like, you know, doing the search thing, and I come around this one bank of lockers, and I look into the shower room, and there's my entire B camera operator, focus puller, and camera assistant have stripped down to nothing but their undies.
The B camera crew was always getting naked.
Yeah, which is why I didn't break, because it wasn't something new that I hadn't seen before. And I was like, oh, there's all of those naked people. And I just kept moving on. One time, I won't say his name, but our camera operator, we went into a house, and it was a man, and we're like, hey, we need to see your basement. And the guy's like, it's right this way. And he opened up the basement. The shot was from down the stairs, looking back up at us. And as this poor guest star opens the basement, there's our camera operator, once again, in nothing but his underwear, and has found a ball gag. And put it on his face, and was there.
I was like, stay out of my trailer.
Yes!
And this poor guest star was just like, didn't break, because I think he was more confused than anything. Like, is this part of the scene? Is this what this crew has to do to keep these guys motivated? I don't.
Do they make their crew do this?
It's like sexual torture for their crew. No wonder they stay on so long. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and it's fun to think about it. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Hi.
Hello. I'm a little nervous. So first, I want to say thank you so much. I met my two best friends, Sarah and Holly, because of you guys and because of the show. And they can't be here today.
Support group.
They wanted to say hi, so I bring them.
Tell them hi.
And then second, my question is, I'm 17 years old, and I was wondering if you could go back to when you were 17, if there's anything you would tell your 17-year-old.
You think about that, because it's clearly you
A
are.
long time ago.
We've got this question before, and I'll try to stay in continuity. For me, it would be not to sweat the small stuff. You have a very long life ahead of you, and the things that might seem very heavy and very dramatic in your life right now, you won't even think about a few years from now. It's amazing. Time is our greatest enemy and also our greatest friend. There's a Tom Hanks, I think he says, this too shall pass. Things that are amazing in your life, they'll go away. This too shall pass. Things that are horrible in your life, they'll go away. This too shall pass. So, and not with everything. I mean, there's some things that stick around. But I would say that as a 17-year-old, you've got a lot of life ahead of you. So, keep your head up.
That's sound advice. I would just say, it's all in the details. So focus. It may seem insignificant, but it matters.
You can pick one. Hello.
Hello. My question's for Jensen. I recall you explaining...
Next question.
I got you.
Thank you. I recall you explaining that when you were crafting Michael Dean, that you pictured him as the biggest badass in the room, that he didn't have to work, show, prove to beat any opponent on this planet. So I was wondering, is there a reason or rationalization why when battling Dark Kia by the campfire, you not only didn't have your jacket on, but you actually battled her?
Oh, the flash.
Yeah. What's up with that?
I can answer the first part very, very quickly. There was a fight scene written, and fighting in a suit jacket is very restrictive, and so my stunt double and I thought, gosh, it'd be really nice not to have a jacket on while we do this incredibly choreographed fight scene. So it was just a call that I made to help better serve the action that was happening. Why that existed? I want to say there was talk of it being because we were in an alternate universe, that there was a different set of powers that were available to certain people in that universe that I needed to actually engage with. Whereas in our universe, Michael was the top dog. There was nothing there that could harm him. But being in this universe, all of a sudden there were. And I think it was something to that degree. That's probably more of a writer question, but I feel like there was a little bit. And I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds fine. Can I take my jacket off? But yeah, the jacket part was strictly for mobility purposes. We didn't when the costume, when Carrie designed that costume, we didn't think I would be doing any fighting because I I could just smite or do angel things. What do angels do? I don't know. You know that better than I do. Never mind, maybe you don't. And I think the logic was that power didn't.
Angels mostly finger each other.
Whoa.
You weren't there.
Did that help? Yeah. Didn't help me either. Thank you very much. Hi.
So my question is that now that Supernatural will be turning 20 next year, if you had the power to do anything, how would you want to celebrate that milestone?
Ooh. On the back.
I think it would be pretty awesome if we could announce the release of the Supernatural Lunchbox.
Like a commemorative edition?
Yeah.
Like an actual metal one?
Yeah.
I think it would be great to announce a plan to have some sort of rebirth. No, that's still a great idea. Why not both?
I see the movie poster, and the lead characters are all holding lunchboxes. It ties together nicely.
Supernatural returns. His Supernatural
Merchandise.
Lunchbox series. What's in the box? I mean, yeah. Look, that would be pretty amazing. Other than that, I'd probably have to think about it. What would be nice? Yeah, a rather strong announcement of something to look forward to would be pretty cool. Thank you. Hello.
Hi. Just a super quick thank you. You guys, the whole SDM family, came over the last couple of years, and just between the show and videos and gag reels, it's gotten me through some of my toughest days. So just a thank you to the family. But my question, I love you, Misha, but my question is for Jensen. Was there any storyline or story arc that you didn't care a whole lot for?
Solo Sam.
Damn. Idiot. Yeah.
How you
I
had
know.
about
She's so. It's like. Let me quickly explain why. And I've done this before, so if you've heard this before, I apologize. I thought Jared did an outstanding job during Solo Sam. I thought the storyline itself was great. I thought he did great. Kudos. Personally, I did not like that storyline because it was really the first time that Sam had been taken away from Dean, and Jensen didn't get to work with Jared playing Sam anymore. And I didn't know how to relate to this new iteration of Sam, and I just didn't like it. I didn't feel like I could be Dean the way that I've been Dean, because he wasn't there as my counterpart. And so me not liking it was strictly self-serving, but it was almost like it just kind of took a lot of wind out of my sail when he wasn't there playing Sam. But again, I think he did an amazing job, and I think that storyline worked for him very well. It just, me personally, I didn't like it because I didn't have a brother anymore.
Hi, this is my first Supernatural one, so I'm really excited to be here.
Welcome to the fray.
So my question is, this is for both of you. In your opinion, what do you think would be the worst Supernatural drinking game? Like,
I think this would be dangerous if it were played, but if the drinking game were to take a shot every time someone tried on the cast tried to use an unnaturally deep voice. You would have probably some lawsuits on your hand. A lot of alcohol poisoning would take place. That was a real instant cirrhosis. That would be a problem, I think.
What about any time anytime Sam yells Dean or Dean yells Sam.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Summer.
That's not nice.
Good to see you guys. I want to completely thank you for the Supernatural franchise and family, because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't have it. So, quick shout out to y'all. Love you guys. I learned a lot of lessons from your characters just growing up, and it's been applied to my real life, and turned out the way that I am because of it. So I was just wondering, whenever your children watch the show, what is a trait that you hope that they learn from your characters, and just overall are changing the show, and you hope that they learn?
I would say for my kids, it's not going to be anything practical, like this is how you behead someone or something.
Useful.
Yeah, that real world tangible stuff, but more on the kind of philosophical life course and character building front. I think that the characters in Supernatural that we got to know over time had this one persistent guiding compass, which was they're always trying to do the right thing. They're always, they often make mistakes, they often make compromises or deals with the devil, and often make the wrong choice, but they're trying their hardest to do the right thing, and they're willing to make great personal sacrifices in service of forces of good, and also in service of family. And that, I think, is like the guiding light of that show for me. It's one of the things that I took inspiration from, just thinking about my own character, but also Sam and Dean. It's like it's like Joseph Campbell, the power of myth kind of stuff. It's like it's that hero story, and I think it's actually important. My kids haven't yet watched Supernatural because I still don't want them to grow up to be serial killers. But they're like getting to that age where they're chomping at their bit. They're like, come on, Dad, when can we do it? When can we watch Supernatural? And I'm like, I don't know if I have 4 years. But I'm actually looking forward to watching it with them sometime soon.
Along the same lines, I think the selflessness that these characters showed through the years of putting, like Misha, putting the greater good ahead of themselves. Their loyalty to family, their loyalty to the good fight, never giving up, not only to do that, but never giving up on each other, no matter the struggle. And I think that that's a very resounding theme in this show, is that determination to never let the other one down, and to fight with everything you have for the people you love, and even sometimes for the people who need help, or largely for the people who need help. I think that's one thing that I love about the brothers and Cass and Bobby and all of the kind of the team, is that they were all fighting not for themselves, they were fighting for something greater than themselves. And I think that's just a really beautiful way to look at life, is to be selfless and to fight for the people that can't fight for themselves.
Thank you, and thank you for the impact that you've had on my life, for better and for worse. So,
You're welcome, and sorry.
Hi, my name is Kai, and my question for you is, what advice would you give to a person who trained as a vocalist performer to get into the film industry?
Use your voice.
Hey.
Thank you.
I just got an email a few days ago from an old friend who has a niece who's just graduated from theater school and wants to become an actress, and asked for my advice on how to break into the business. But when I first started acting, they didn't have sound yet. And I realized, I know what I did 20 years ago, but I actually don't know what the landscape looks like now. I do think that there's one pervasive piece of advice that I think applies to across the arts, which is make it about the process and not about the product. Don't be chasing I'm gonna get this job, I'm gonna make this money, I'm gonna get this recognition. If you have the mindset of the goal that you're trying to achieve somewhere in the future, then you're probably going to have a much harder time at success than if you just face every day of rehearsing alone in your room as satisfaction in and of itself. Like, the road that you travel is actually the reward, and if you actually develop that mindset, then the rewards naturally come. I think that's true.
It's preparation beats opportunity, right? So, and it's also, I think, in this industry, because this isn't like any other industry. This isn't like a business industry where you go to school, you learn a set of tools, and then you go and you find yourself in the bottom rung of a workplace, and then slowly climb that ladder to success. There's no real guide or ladder in the entertainment industry. Some people shoot straight to the top immediately overnight, and some people grind it out and never make it up at all. And then there's a lot of in between. And so I think that it's a game of numbers. The more you do it, the more you put yourself out there, the more you take this journey, the longer that journey is, the rewards will come. And sometimes, you pick your head up, like Jared and Misha and I did years ago. We're like, oh, people are actually watching this show. We were very, very focused on just getting the work done, doing the work. Now, that's another thing is once you get on set, or once you get a job, or once you get a gig, or once you get inside a door where you have those opportunities, you just do the work. And then when you walk off that set, there's nothing I can do anymore. I did what I did, and now it's up to somebody else to take it from there. I ran my race, I ran my leg of the race, and I handed the baton off at the end of that day, and now I gotta focus on the next day. I go into an audition, I go into a meeting thinking the same thing. That meeting's over, that audition's done, I'm like, okay, what's next? Because now it's out of my hands. So if you sit there and just stare at the phone like I made the mistake of doing early on, that's the worst thing you can do. So just keep pushing, keep doing things that flex that muscle and that artistic muscle, and you'll be surprised at where you end up.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Kira. And,
Woo, Kira, yeah!
yeah, thanks. My question is, what is something that is unique and exciting and maybe even fun or entertaining about you that you also feel maybe insecure about? So if you need an example, I'll give you mine, but.
Please.
So my example is when I was born, my right eye hadn't grown all the way, so I've had an artificial eye my whole life. And it's fun because, I'm sorry if this is too much, but I can pop it out and have some fun with it. And,
I hate to ask, but
well,
You've done this to yourself.
I happily pop it out if we are near a sea.
Near a sea?
Yeah, you get a
Can But you know what? Is it
We're gonna pop it out for
we could just say close your
This is
eyes.
how they learn.
So here's the thing, I love it, right? This is amazing. However, I hate how I look in pictures because my eyes are always going two different ways. So like the picture that Jensen and I took today, I'm getting a very aggressive hug. It is extremely cute, but my eyes are doing this.
Why didn't you tell me? Because I could have done this. I could have even like here and then. Come on, I can play that game too.
You know what? Indianapolis, we'll do that.
Done. Why are we turning the lights on? Nobody needs to see that game.
They're bringing the same up.
They're bringing a cup. No, we're not doing that. We're not taking off appendages and eyeballs.
You know, just maybe.
Okay, cool. So you're asking if we have an amazing party trick.
Yeah,
Misha, you're bound to have some party tricks.
Well, I'm trying to follow the thread of your question, and I don't know that there's something about. I don't have any artificial body parts. Oh, yeah, I have artificial hips, but I can't pop those out. So it's not very
you could.
Yeah, it would.
You don't want to. Very gruesome.
What did you think that was gonna do?
There's no telling with you. I'm so scared right now.
When I first became, when I first started auditioning, I had this audition for, I'm gonna go back a step here. I went to a school that was founded for a high school that was founded in 1898, and it had 1,200 students, and every year they did a fitness test. And when I did my fitness test in the 1990s, I was the most flexible boy in the history of the school. Like, I could reach my elbows to my toes. And so I was driving out of town to go on a camping trip, and I got this call for an audition. It was an audition for the show called Nip Tuck. He was a yoga instructor who was very well endowed and very flexible, and I was like, check. And I was like, I saw the script.
Jensen's not sure about the first one.
I mean, you must have been your parish's favorite altar boy. Oh, that's too far? Really? That's the line?
That is really,
Find the line?
really inappropriate, Jensen. Disgusting. I'm sorry, everyone. So when I saw this material for this
Fine,
guy,
Boy
who's been
Scout.
sucking
I
so
mean,
long,
what?
so many institutions
just-
that you could. I was like, oh, this is my role. And I went and they had me do an audition, and it was for, there were like 7 or 8 people in the room, producers, directors, casting director, and they were like, we read the sides, and then they said, do you think you could do these lines in the pose? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, I actually can do that. I started the audition by saying I actually am very flexible.
You guys know what a casting couch is? Just want to give context.
And so we do the scene again, but this time I am on my shoulders and my crotch is in my face.
What?
Upside down. And it's unfortunately, it took me like 2 lines into it to realize, oh my God, what have I done with my life? It was just so deeply mortifying, and yet, it got me the job. I don't know, that's as close as I could come to answering your question.
I'm not touching that. What's my party trick?
Yeah, what's your party trick?
Eyeballs, he did it.
Here you go. Didn't get me to roll.
Thank you so much.
Would a bowl of water suffice?
Actually, yes, but again, not in front of the whole entire audience.
Oh, okay.
Only because I know from
You don't want to make them feel inferior. I get it.
If he shows you his pose, because I'm pretty sure everyone's eyes will pop out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we can move on now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi. How are you guys?
Sweating.
Not great.
First off, I'd like to say, Misha, your show was amazing.
Thank you.
Wasn't expecting the ending, but you know.
What's that?
Wasn't expecting the ending.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Mistakes were made.
What happened at the end?
This climax story. You don't want to hear the story.
Okay, so my question is, so we all know them for the French mistake. So, so they came into this world. If you guys were to go into the supernatural world, how would your characters react?
Ooh.
Our characters being just ourselves, how would we react being in the supernatural universe?
Yeah, like Cass and Neil would react to you guys.
What?
Oh, you mean how would like Sam and Dean and Cass react to Jensen and Misha, actual Jensen and Misha?
Yes.
I think they'd be pretty impressed. Dare I say intimidated.
Dean would be like, well, there's no help for those guys. Yeah, I don't think they would give us a second look. I think they would be, this is what would happen. They'd be walking down the street, Dean, Sam, Cass, and they would walk past a yoga studio. And Dean would look in. What is that man doing? And Cass would go, I think it's called yoga. And Dean would say, yeah, it's a lot like you. And that's about all of that.
Thank you.
Come on, let's go. Come on, give it a little high. It's the last question.
This is so much. All right, run and grab her and bring her on stage, Mish.
Oh yeah, right, we forgot to go. Probably should have had it.
He was over here going, ba 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 ba.
Misha doing the back.
Imagine Misha puts back out.
That's how Misha threw his hips in again.
Yeah, that's a bionic hip working you onto that chair, man. Yeah.
Do you know what's happening right now? Neither do any of us. She kind of blanked out. It's you are the last question. So you're gonna have to ask us the question in front of everybody, and but also like this is your supernatural family here. What's your name?
My name's Leo with a Y.
What? What?
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Leo with a Y.
Like why? Where's the why?
Take your pick, there's 3 letters. There's only 3 letters.
I don't know that. There could have been 14 letters in there. I'm gonna guess LYO.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Leo with a Y. What is your question?
My question is, actually, first, thank you. You guys saved my life at this show, and now I'm in acting school. Wow.
Don't make the mistake Misha made by announcing out on set.
Too late, I already did. And it's show week, too. Oh God, what was my question? God. Okay, so if you guys were switched, I've always been curious, how would Misha play Dean, and how would Jensen play Cass?
Much louder.
I always thought that it would be cool to have, like, to show a version of Dean, even if it was just an arc of a couple of episodes, where he was actually portrayed in like a traditionally masculine way.
No, Misha, they're asking what you would bring to the role.
I think I would probably bring a deeper voice to the Dean.
And I would bring personality.
All right, that does it for us, guys. Thank you so much.
Give it up one more time for Jensen and Misha.